You're listening to Bodhi Light Tales, the podcast for mindful people on the go. Hello, this is Miao Guang, and today's Bodhi Light Tale is A Simple Change of Mind. Once upon a time in a village, there was an old woman who cried all the time. Every day she could be heard weeping. On sunny days, villagers would hear her sobbing. And on rainy days, tears would flow down her cheeks. Soon she became known to all as the crying woman. And the reason she was always crying was because of her two daughters. The eldest daughter was married to an umbrella maker, and the youngest to a noodle maker. The umbrella maker sold many umbrellas on rainy days as everybody needed one, and thus the family was happy as they made much profit. But on those days, the noodles never dried, and the noodle maker would have nothing to sell. So on rainy days, the crying woman would weep for her younger daughter's family. On the other hand, noodles sold best on sunny days, as the shining sun quickly dried them. So on these days, the youngest daughter's family were happy as they made much profit. But on these days, the cloudless skies and shiny sun meant no umbrellas were sold. So whenever the sun shone, the crying woman would be weeping for her eldest daughter's family. One day, the crying woman met a Buddhist monk. Weary from constant sorrow, she asked if he could help her. The monk listened to her story and, after a moment of reflection, smiled and replied, "You cannot control the weather, and you cannot control how it affects your family. But what you can control is your mind and your way of thinking. Remember, all good and bad in this world is dependent on your mindset and point of view. Just as wisdom and foolishness are two sides of the same coin. From now on, when you see the sun, think about the happiness of your younger daughter and her family, for they sell many noodles. When it rains, think about the happiness of your eldest daughter and her family, for they will sell many umbrellas. Choosing to see the positive rather than the negative will make you happy, and you need no longer worry and cry." So by changing her way of thinking, the crying woman turned from being miserable to cheerful, smiling at everyone and everything. Now she knew that no matter rain or shine, one of her daughters and families would be content. The moral of the story is that if we try to find comfort in constantly changing things, we can never find peace of mind. We may not be able to change nature or weather, but what we can change is our perspective. The crying woman who became the happy woman is one and the same. She may not have influence over the weather that comes and goes, but she was able to calm the storm within her. Just as said in a Buddhist sutra, relying on causes and conditions gives us nothing real. It is like a candle in the wind and bubbles on the water. Remember, all you need is a simple change of mind. This is Miao Guang. Thank you for listening to Bodhi Light Tales. Subscribe to Bodhi Light Tales and have stories delivered to you every week. May your day be filled with happiness and wisdom.